Hello, friends. 2 days ago, to be exact, I wrote about Unontu, Imantu, Sukkot, Sukkah. The Igbo Sabbatarians would call what I mentioned Feast of Tabernacles. In Israel, it will be called Sukkot. In traditional Igbo land, it will be called Imantu. I wrote about it, and questions have come up from a lot of well-meaning Igbos, including our own Nze, Dr. Ogweleka. I will read what I wrote. This is Unontu. I identified an Unontu being set up by our brother Nze, Eri Ifediegwu Chukwudi, who practices Judaism and is based in Lagos. In contemporary Hebrew, it's Sukkah. It's rising up all over Israel, the Jewish community in diaspora, Igbo land, and the Igbo community in diaspora presently. Up to the 1990s, ndị Ogomwo are those Igbos who shunned the colonial religion and decided to remain Igbos in religion and culture. Up to the 1990s, are the staunch Hebrew Igbo Republic called Umoji, the hometown of Dr. Victor Okechukwu Anyebunam Ifekodo, my younger brother. Ndị Ogommo constructed Unontu during Emume Imantu at Umoji up to the 1990s. They might still be doing the same today, but since I moved out of Igbo land, went to law school, I no longer follow things the way I used to. As Chukwu commanded, whoever come out of Jacob to do in the Igbo bracket Hebrew Bible is a commandment by Chukwu that Ndị Ogommo we are observing. By the way, Ndị Ogommo are the Igbos who refuse to stop being Igbos to become Christian, who were punished with the false label pagans. Of course, there is no point in talking about the rest of the write-up. It simply talks about Nze Eri erecting the Sukkah. Then I told my fellow Igbos, doing our own feasts and festivals will not only earn us the respect of Nigerians, we will become distinct and separate. I followed up today again by writing, Nigerians will take Igbos serious if they wake up one day and see that 30 million Igbos have erected 30 million Unontu, Sukkah. Something Igbo ancestors did. Something Chukwu commanded Israelites to erect. Igbos carry Bibles about, but they don't read the Bible. I repeat, my Igbo people carry the Bible around, but they don't read it. Igbos don't read the Bible. They carry it around, but they only read the portions that those leading them by the nose direct them to read. If they are reading the Bible, they would have seen what I'm saying in this, and if they are paying attention, they would have seen the feast in the Bible in their own culture in Omenana. They would take this far more serious than the bleating. Nigerians would take seeing Igbos doing Igbo feasts and festivals far more serious than 30 million Igbos bleating on Facebook. Same thing will happen in the UK, Germany, etc., where Igbos remain nondescript and anonymous. The British people will ask, who are these people who are doing this feast that they are used to seeing only the Ashkenazi, the Sephardi, the Mizrahi, the Beta Israel, the Samaritans, and the Karaites doing? They will begin to ask, who are these people? And the press, Fox News, CNN, MBCN, and the rest will begin to say they are the Igbo people. They are the people referred to in literature 500 years ago that they could be branches of Israel. Then if something is ailing the Igbos, people will begin to ask questions in a systematic and meaningful manner. May Chukwu enable us to learn wisdom and act accordingly. Why do I continue to bleat every day? Whether Igbos like it or not, Igbos are prone to genocide and will be prone to genocide until all the vestiges of Omenana disappear. After all the vestiges of Omenana disappear from the Igbos and the Igbos become exactly like what Igbos want to become, they will have beggars everywhere. They will have kings, because kings and beggars work together. If some people are on top, some people must be below. So when the Igbos have completely discarded Omenana and then become like others, their society will be filled with prostitutes, beggars, vagrants, and some billionaires. That is only the time that Igbos will no longer be prone to genocide, because they will simply become a non-people. People to be hired for odd jobs. That is what they will become by then. But as long as they still go to some places and thrive, they will be prone to genocide. But how do we fight genocide? I'm a scholar of genocides. In fact, it's one of the areas I consider myself a specialist in. What genocidal regimes first do is to delete the identities of their intended victims. It happened between 1966 to 1970. Nigeria was not talking about its problems with the Igbo people. Nigeria was talking about one Nigeria, as if any such thing existed in history. We saw the same thing playing out in Europe. Russia began to deny the separate identity of the Ukrainians. Fortunately, the rest of the world said no, it's not going to happen again. Because before you write off a people, before you delete a people, you have to first of all convince yourself that they are no longer existing. So, that is why I'm bleating. That is why I am bleating like Igbos are bleating. I'm bleating every day that the Igbos have to become a distinct people again. God did not make a mistake by saying, this is who you are. And the only way you can express who you are is through your own feasts and festivals. Your own. Fortunately, a branch of our family, African Americans of Igbo extraction, they have begun to take this seriously. In the various religions they adhere to, many of them are keeping the Sukkot, the Feast of Booths. Many of them fasted. Iron will sharpen iron. Increasingly, those who still retain the identity of Igbos, those born in Nigeria, are washing. The Nnamdi Ume, the Jude Ekwerike, the Nze Charleston Okafor, the Nze Emeka Madu Ewese, the Nze Valor, the Nze Nwankwo, they are washing. And because iron sharpened iron, we will draw strength from what the Igbos of African American extraction are doing and begin to rebuild ourselves. You are not Igbo because you go to Facebook or Twitter and shout, I'm Igbo. You are Igbo because you do Igbo feasts and festivals. And what are the purpose of feasts and festivals? They renew the community. They refresh the community. They become new. They become fresh after the feasts and festivals. If you want to read about Sukkot, go to the Hebrew Igbo republics. Go to Amazon. Also look up the Igbos and Israel, an intercultural study of the largest Israelite diaspora or largest Jewish diaspora. Both of these books will lead you to the sections of the Bible where these commands are given. And if you want to see the same feasts in the Bible carried out by Ndi Ogommo, go to Umoji.